In this episode, we are discussing Asmodee again because there's a lot of news stories around the company. Hello, this is Ignacy Trzewiczek, Portal Games. This is a holiday season, last week before Christmas, and Asmodee is dropping news after news. Two major pieces of news dropped last week. The first one is that Asmodee owns Miniature Market, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, online retailer in America, dedicated to board games. And suddenly it leaked that for many months already, Miniature Market is owned by Asmodee. 2 points on this topic. First point, it is super common. There's no conspiracy theory, there's nothing unusual, there's nothing scandalous in this story. For most of the businesses, you don't know the real owner, like the names of the companies. It is like a face of the company, the name, the logo, etc. But most of the companies are owned by like big holdings, and if you are buying these sneakers of these sneakers, if you are buying this energy drink or this energy drink, in most cases, all of these energy drinks, all of these different sneakers, all of these energy buttons, they're owned by the same holding, the same company, and they pretend to compete for the customer. They do compete because they need to get your hearts and get your money, but basically they're owned by this big holding that owns that. So the fact that it accidentally leaked or was like found out that for months Asmodee was owning Miniature Market, sounds like a scandal, sounds like a whoa, what just happened? But as I said, in a big business it is quite normal that there is somebody behind the scenes for the businesses. So this is first point. The second point, obviously, we as competing publishers are never happy when one of the publishers is like a monopoly and holds all the chains in the distribution chain. And with Asmodee, they are the publisher of the games. Then they own their own distribution in America and in Europe. In every single country they have a distribution, so they are a publisher and distributor, and they own an online store. As I was talking about this in Board Games Insider, my podcast, it already happened in Europe. For instance, here in Poland, my company origin is Poland. Asmodee owns the biggest retailer in the country, rebel.pl. You can check out their website. This is the biggest and the oldest retailer, online retailer in Poland. Hundreds of thousands of customers, and they are owned by Asmodee. And if you visit rebel.pl, you will see that this is an online retailer. You can buy any game, any board game there. But obviously, the titles from Asmodee have a great promotion and great banners. They're always very easy to find, while other titles, they don't have that much banner, they don't have that much ad spend, etc. So this is obvious. And the same in France with Filbert, and as I said, it's a common strategy for Asmodee to grab all the chains, all the steps in the chain of distribution, and then have this advantage over the other publishers. Is indie publisher like Portal Games, like Indie Boss and Carl, like Alderac Entertainment, like Stonemaier Games, and many other smaller, medium-sized Renegade Games, smaller, medium-sized publishers. Are we happy that now Miniature Market is owned by Asmodee? No, we are not. But this is how the big business works, and this is why I, many years ago, it was 2017, when I was complaining on Board Games Insider that the next steps, every step that Asmodee is taking is getting more and more towards the monopoly in board gaming. We are not happy. This is the environment we have to compete with the other publishers, and this is how it works. The second big news of the last few days, just before Christmas, what the hell, Asmodee, was the press release about them telling that they are going to increase the prices for the catalog. And it includes most of the titles they listed, the Captain, Ticket to Ride, blah blah, all the major hits. And once again, you gamers were super not happy with this information. When the prices go up, nobody is happy, and no matter what industry we are discussing. And once again, it was easy to predict. It is easy to understand why it's happening. The prices of production goes up and up and up. And as I was also saying in Board Games Insider for many years already, the margin that board game publisher has on the product is so much smaller compared to other industries. If you compare how much it costs to produce this sweater and how much they are selling it on Reserve or another clothing company businesses, they have so much more revenue from the production. Like if you compare the cost of production of the one sweater and how much it is sold for, and then have you compare the cost of production of the board game and how much is sold, we in the board gaming industry were working on very, very bad margins, and Asmodee is trying to change it. For you, the interesting experiment, I strongly recommend to check it out. I always loved the thing that is called here in Poland, at least, as a white spying. That means that you have access to data, to public data, and you can analyze this data and get some conclusions. So you can check how much Monopoly, the board game, costs, compare this price with any hobby game, board game, and then compare how much components there is in Monopoly and how much components is there in the gamers, our games. And you will see that we, gamers publishers, we, our hobby publishers, we put so much more components, so much more cute, amazing components, and selling the product for the same price compared to the mass market games. That they have the price, but there's only board and a couple of paper money, and that's it. This shows you how big companies like Hasbro are building their pricing and the margins and how they get the revenue, and how we, crazy designers, crazy creators, crazy publishers, we trying to give you the best and the best, and we put more and more and more into the boxes, and then the revenue from that is not enough. So we are seeing Asmodee looking at the margins, looking at the revenue, and saying these games need to cost more. And we will see this trend in upcoming months and years. I invite you to check out my podcast Board Games Insider. In one of the first episodes in January, we'll do predictions. I will do my 5 predictions for upcoming months. So I'll discuss pricing and changes in this segment as well. That is not very Merry Christmas. This is like ugly Christmas news from Asmodee. 2 major stories, and this is my point of view. Nothing surprising, nothing scandalous. It's basically business doing business, and you need to get used to that. You need to get to use that for years, decades actually, it's early 2000s, the publishers and the board game creators were dudes that you were able to reach. Portal Games was Ignacy Trzewiczek, Stronghold Games was Stephen Bonacor, Stonemaier Games was Jamison Meyer, and you knew most of the publishers. They were going to the conventions, they were cool people, they were doing this crazy venture that is publishing board games. And now you have to deal with some big company. You will never know the owners, you will never meet them, and they will never care about you complaining on the prices, you complaining on some artwork on the games, you complaining on some components, because they're just doing business. They are selling thousands and thousands of games, and this is a new environment that you have to get used to. And you will have this scene, this part of the industry that is indie publishers, and you will have Asmodee. And this is your way, your choice to pick which one you prefer, which one games you want to buy, which one publishers you want to support. Thank you for today's. It's time for a tractor. And by the way, I saw in many comments that you love the whole tractor. For all of you new viewers, what's happening here? So my name is Ignacy Trzewiczek. I work at Portal Games. I have a daily vlog, and I discuss a board game topic. I discuss industry news. I discuss rants and funny stuff, and sometimes I give some anecdotes from my company. And I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to reach 7,000 subscribers. So if you like this video, consider giving me thumbs up under this video. Consider giving me comment. What is your point of view on Asmodee? What is your point of view on the future of our industry? How Asmodee will change the industry? And this tractor is a metaphor. This tractor is a metaphor of us trying to grow, trying to reach, trying to get to our goal, and our goal is to grow. So this is tractor, this is me, Ignacy. I need your likes, I need your subscribes, and see you hopefully tomorrow. Thank you for today. Take care. Bye bye.